Now to the White House, where President Biden is coping with the impact of the discovery of more classified documents. Meanwhile, Attorney General Merrick Garland is responding to allegations that he is not being fair. Allison Harris is live with everything we are learning this morning. Good morning, Allison.
Good morning, Mitch. It is a lot this morning. This morning, Attorney General Merrick Garland is defending the independence of the Justice Department as the White House refers nearly all questions about the president being in possession of these classified documents to his office.
The role of the Justice Department is to apply the facts and the law in each case and to reach appropriate decisions in a nonpartisan and neutral way without regard to who the subjects are. That is what we've done in each of these cases, and that is what we'll continue to do.
The White House not answering even non-legal questions is generating a certain amount of frustration from people that are close to it. This is reporters, Republicans, and some Democrats. The White House saying that's because it's a legal matter, but it's referring some questions, as I mentioned, to attorneys or the Justice Department that are not legal questions. Now, in a call with reporters, a White House aide said repeatedly, we're being very careful not to give any more detail, and I'll have to refer you to the Justice Department. That echoes more of the same from the White House press secretary, who would not respond to questions like, can you demonstrate how the president takes this seriously? She was asked how the American people can believe that the president is taking this seriously when more and more documents continue to be discovered in his home, and these documents date back to his time in the Senate.
And he says, I take this very seriously. He said, I didn't know that the documents were there. And look, I think as it relates to the American people and the president standing with the American people, it is going to be up to them to decide how they see this president.
The White House is now describing the FBI search at his home over the weekend as a proactive offer by the president's personal attorneys, maintaining that this was a planned and consensual search. The administration not saying whether the president has invited FBI agents to perform any more searches at the president's other properties. Mitch?
Well, Allison, the White House did send a letter to Congress saying that it intends to cooperate with investigations into this issue for the most part. But what exactly does that letter say?
So this is a letter that was sent to the House Oversight Committee, specifically the chairman of that committee, James Comer. It states that they will accommodate legitimate interests, noting that they need to protect the integrity and independence of law enforcement investigations. The Oversight Committee tells NewsNation in a statement in response to that letter, quote, now the White House counsel is telling Chairman Comer that they will review the questions he's asked to determine if his requests are legitimate oversight. This is not legitimate transparency from President Biden, who once claimed that he'd have the most transparent administration in history. Chairman Comer and committee Republicans will use all possible tools to secure answers for the American people. Comer, meanwhile, sent a letter to the Secret Service asking for all documents and communication related to visitor information for the president's Wilmington home. And remember, Comer and Republicans are wanting to get some insight into who could have seen what is in these top secret materials. That's why they've been asking for visitor logs, which don't exist. But now they're asking the Secret Service for any information they have from vetting people who have been to that home. Mitch.
It will be interesting to see if the Secret Service has those records and can share them. Allison, thank you. Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation in your cable lineup. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-based, unbiased coverage.